Political man, 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 man, political, 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 political. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy, I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry. Today I'd like to talk to you about another interesting underrated film, another by A24, Backstabbing for Beginners, starring Theo James and Ben Kingsley. It's based off the true story article about really about a young program coordinator from the United Nations stumbles upon a conspiracy involving Iraqians' oil reserves, and to be honest, I'm not too familiar with this, but this is actually an interesting story where I think it really involves around the I guess illegal dealings that the government has when it comes to navigating while the oil business or the oil, you know, it's pretty heavy. It's a pretty heavy, pretty interesting film. Um, I thought it was very interesting and something I don't recall ever really happening, but you know it happened. Well, with the event takes place around I think 2002 through 2004, so it got like 2 to 3 years, and it involves this young cadet played by Theo James, who is trying to follow into the footsteps of Ben Kingsley. I think he's like some sort of like diplomatic um well, again, I'm not into politics, so he's this guy who's pretty much connecting people to try to I guess make relations, uh, political relations with people in Iraq to get oil. And y- but under the surface, or actually under the surface, yeah, Theo James's character, forget his name in the film, notices some very I wouldn't say right way of doing things. Ben Kingsley's character, he's a bit more assertive and he curses pretty much a lot or has outbursts of cursing, which it was pretty interesting for his guy. Where he's kind of doesn't agree exactly how he handled things. I'm talking about um, Ben Kingsley character. Theo James is who I haven't really seen in a lot of movies, but actually here I thought that he was really pretty good in here. I think the film really. Oh, okay, that's the character's name. Theo James plays Michael. Is it Susanon? Solsan? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I pronounced his name maybe a bit wrong, but what's really interesting here is that what I really liked about this film is the constant death and manipulation that I got to try to be careful here. That a certain branch will go through to gather resources and try to kind of throw people under the bus to get the resources to propel their way of life. This man, Theo James, this character, Michael Soshan, is caught in the middle of it, and he soon kind of falls in love with, I forgot what her role is in the film. He falls in love with this woman. I think she might be kind of dubbed as some sort of spy who's getting information. Where he kind of just trying to figure out just how far or just how how much danger that this guy is really in when the further he kind of gets involved in it, the more lives he sees that get get taken. And it's actually quite shocking at certain moments of the film. Well, actually, there were a few things that actually really surprised me with this film. Um, Not with being Kingsley, because I mean the guy is great, but there was a lot of interesting facts about relating to how this film predicts its true events. Which I have to be honest. Again, I'm not too too familiar with the film's subject matters. Again, I think you have to do some research into it. And unfortunately, I didn't. But as a movie, I thought this film was tightly edited. Um, Again, performances to stand out. What I really liked about this film, I think the budget was barely under 10 million. I think it was 8 mil or close to 10. It looks like a big budget, like 40, 30, 40, maybe even $20 million movie. And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Uh, I thought the screenplay was very well written. But I feel like a film like this, if it was still back in the early days, I think the film would have been long. This movie's kind of shy of like 95 minutes or like 99 minutes, like 148 minutes. So it doesn't go too long. I mean, there's much of the story that kind of takes place where they it's through Theo James's perspective where he narrates a good chunk of the overall news and story of what is happening in the film, and kind of I would say kind of fills you in on what's the overall story or some of the backstory that's causing the main story to really happen. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not gonna get movies like this anymore. I do recommend it. I highly recommend checking it out if you have HBO Max, or if you're an A24 fan, and if you're curious to check out some of their lesser known films, I highly recommend checking out Backstabbing for Beginners. Comment below, let me know if you have, and let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.